looking weird or behaving strange is also a part of being funny. So today I asked my hairdresser to help me out with my hairstyle, and I asked her to do something, make something like a la Pepilon stockings or Cipollina, but she didn't want to go into that experiment and said looking half African girl would be enough for being strange. But I am here because I want to widen my horizons and going into experiments. So I can see there are a few new faces, and maybe those of you who don't know me, can you try to tell me or guess who I am or what do I do for a living? Just 2-3 answers would be good. Any guesses? Come. No, you know me. Those who don't know me.
You're Queen of Turan.
That everybody knows now. Any guesses, newcomers?
Maybe you're a psychologist or, I don't know.
Quite close. Actually, you're hit.
What?
Yeah. Next year. So those are information about me. I'm not only a psychologist, I'm a researcher at Turan University as well, and a future professor starting from September. I'm a happy mother of a great daughter. Whoever met her would agree with me, and just a young, beautiful woman. Now let's move into the next experiment and try to guess who is the guy on the next slide. I won't ask you for the answers. Oh, where is this from? So let me quickly tell a little bit about this guy. His name is Shouhrat Mutalipov, and he was born in Avat village in Almaty Oblast on the 13th of October 1961. After coming back from army, those Soviet Union times, if you remember, he applied to agricultural university in Moscow. So for me, he is quite ambitious young person. And then he continued with his MA degree in reproductive biology at Science Laboratory of Ramno University. Then he did his PhD in developmental genetics and stem cell biology. We can put next slide here, which he successfully defended at Research Center for Medical Genetics at Russian Academy of Medical Science. Fortunately or unfortunately, I don't know him personally, but I decided to go into this kind of research about this person who is doing actually a great job nowadays. As soon as he's a scientist, he's doing a lot about science. And that's why I'm presenting him to you again. Next slide, please. Why is this ship famous? Yeah, that's right. So this ship is called Dolly, and it was the first ever clone which managed to live for 6 years, and that was the first ever experiment. Scientists went into cloning process because they didn't really know and were not sure if a clone can really live its own life. But Ship Dolly proved it, and that's why it is an internationally known clone in our life. But that's probably what we all know about cloning, not so much, maybe except for a few other movies, which we can see fantasy movies about clones. Hold on. Yeah, but what this Mr. Mutalipov, Dr. Mutalipov did on October the 5th, by the way, he moved to the United States after Russia. On October the 5th, 2010, he managed to clone 6 monkeys. So he and his team, he didn't work alone, were the first researchers who were able to clone primates in history. And soon after that, he got the permission from US Clinical Test Commission. He got a license, not just a permission, to continue his further experiments in cloning, but not only primates, also human embryos and human stem cells. Next slide, please. Yeah. How does he do it? Those are the monkeys. How does he do it? His cloning process is unique. In fact, doesn't just clone the existing biological monkey. He takes some additional DNA stem from one embryo and puts it into another host embryo. And he repeated this process for 6 times, and his first monkey actually had 6 additional DNA stem cells, which really makes this creature unique. And he called this creature Chimera. So his first monkey was called, by the way, Andy. Why does he do that? He strongly believes that this research can help human beings to go through genetic diseases such as Alzheimer's and other inevitable diseases such as cancer, and in overall help human beings to survive. He also said, if we want to move stem cell therapy from the laboratory to clinics and from the mice to humans, we need to understand what these stem cells can or can't do. Next slide. Yeah, imagine our near future with your clone living next to you. For me, this is really scary. Or imagine a future where several of your clones live or walk around the surface somewhere. And as a psychologist, my first question to myself is, will I able to say from the first impression or talking to a person, whether I'm talking to a real human, naturally born person, or I'm talking to a clone? I hope that I will be able to make it out. So I would like to encourage you, dear friends, to get more interest into this topic of cloning. Of course, Google can help you, and you can, it's visible, follow this Dr. Mutalipov's video interviews on YouTube, and learn more about cloning, because cloning is a part of our inevitable future very soon. Thank you.